What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You know, it's crazy. I'm out running around. I've got myself some walnuts, some maples, some mahogany, different hardwoods and stuff because I've got butcher blocks and things to make, and riding around. When I drive around, it's one of those times I get a lot of thought in when I'm on the road. In fact, I love actually driving. That's why one day I want to get myself an RV and be able to go across the country and tailgate everywhere. My goal is to tailgate at every NFL city before I die. That's on my bucket list right now. I haven't shared that with my wife yet, but that's on my bucket list, okay? So far, I've done it in two stadiums. Yeah, FedEx and Dallas. Anyway, we got a lot of things going on here. Earlier when I was driving, I saw Mike McCarthy was talking about Will McClay, and Will McClay is a guy, I talked earlier on this, that I'm amazed is still in Dallas. You know, the Texans wanted to talk to him. To me, he is like Ozzie Newsome with Baltimore. You don't really hear too much about Ozzie Newsome. He's not the guy who wants to be in the forefront, but he's the guy that does all the work. And he has been the head of scouting since like 2011 or so. Jerry Jones made him that guy that ended up changing how they did business. Gone were all the draft day crazy moves and stuff. The Cowboys, almost like they did back in the 60s and 70s, found talent where other people didn't. And he has been freaking incredible. And again, head of scouting department, president of player personnel, whatever you want to call it. It's everything but being called the general manager. I personally believe that he is the de facto GM. You know, but the Cowboys are different than every other organization where Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are truly in the middle of the mix. But Jerry Jones has always kept that title of owner and GM. And I think it's time that Jerry Jones steps down. That Jerry Jones needs to step down as the de facto GM. I don't care what he really, I don't care if it even changes how they do business. But Jerry Jones does not need the title of GM. Okay? You are the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, which means everything that goes on in that organization is you. Why do you need to have this title of GM? And the reason I say this is because this is important. This is important. In life, sometimes the title, the appearance, the credit makes all the difference in the world. Now, we had Mike McCarthy saying that Will McClay, how instrumental he is, how he is such a part of everything that the Dallas Cowboys do in finding and keeping personnel. You look at this team, for the Dallas Cowboys to have Diggs, a guy who has tied the Dallas Cowboys all-time interception record in his second year, is insane. In the second round, to find and get a CD Lamb, to find and get a Micah Parsons, to find and get 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, 2 of which are shoe-ins as Hall of Famers. It's Will McClay. And if you're another team out there that has guys that are freaking idiots, okay? Idiots. Dave Gettleman, who literally has made every wrong personnel decision that you could ever make, who sucks at drafting, who, I guess the best thing you could say about him is he's the bust maker. He finds more bust out there than anybody else. He screws up first round draft picks. You literally have a team that is a throwback team. You want to throw them back because they're that bad. They are doing things in ineptitude that are freaking insane. To have a team have minus 20 yards passing, to hire a coach who literally sneaks not one but two plays from quarterback sneak from their 6-yard line on 2nd and 3rd down. The ineptitude that was Dave Gettleman. If you are the New York Giants, you look over at the Dallas Cowboys. They may be your hated rivals, but you want some of the things that they had. They thought getting Jason Garrett was going to be the trick, but they are so bad that they make Jason Garrett look like a genius. You can't make this up. And the word is that they're going to try and make a play for Will McClay. Now, I'm not sure Will McClay, if you really want to go there to New York. Now, true, New York, you do have the scrutiny like you would in Dallas. You would definitely get the title of GM. You definitely have nowhere to go but up. From that standpoint, day one, just being able to get into the office and unlock the door, you've already done more than what Dave Gettleman has done in his time there with the New York Giants. And then you would have that title, that autonomy of being the guy that's making the decisions. If you're Jerry Jones, you got some real decisions you got to make here. Because for a team to go from 6 wins last year, I know a lot of that was injury riddled, to take a defense that was a bottom tier defense, to now have a defense that people are scared to play in 1 year because of Dan Quinn, to look at how the Dallas Cowboys offense, forget what you have to say about Dak Prescott and all that, is the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL with Kellen Moore. I know we as Cowboy fans, we judge everything differently than how everybody else looks at it. To have a general manager who doesn't have the title of general manager, to find hit after hit after hit. It's insane to think that they got a trade with the Eagles that got Micah Parsons and Golston. To have gotten a trade with the Eagles that got you Tyler Badish in the 4th round. To keep finding talent on top of talent. Jerry, that ain't you, bro. That ain't you. You ain't finding those guys. Will McClay is. And this is the time where you need to say, because as you said, as the owner and GM, you can't fire yourself. But you know what? You can relieve yourself of being the GM, if only in title only. You got more money than you know what to do with. You can go through and give Will McClay a big fat raise and promotion and say, you are the GM. Jerry, you're not a young man. And if you lose that guy, all bets are off, dude. All bets are off for the Dallas Cowboys if you lose him. You got to get that shit together. Yeah. If the Giants were able to get Will McClay, they would start being relevant again. Man. Jerry, you got a whole lot of work to do here right now. Hope you all are having a great day. And I'll be catching you guys when I get back to the workshop. Got a couple more stops to make. You can see my hardwood back there. Yeah, I got lots of hardwood. And it's going to become some really beautiful stuff. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys later.